Sharon.
My stepmother scratched my face with a pocket knife and broke both my arms just because she thought I was a homewrecker. When I passed out from the pain, my dad finally arrived. I looked at my dad in despair. Dad, do you really know who you're marrying? The day before the wedding, I was in my jewelry store's VIP room, picking out pieces for Sharon. This set is worth billions, I said, handing the emeralds to my assistant Sarah. Ms. Evans, giving away something this grand? Sharon's hit the jackpot, Sarah said, packing it up. Suddenly we heard furious ranting outside. I'm marrying Jack tomorrow, and this sly fox dares to demand his money in shares. We need to show her who's boss, a woman shouted, clearly upset. Exactly, let's put this vixen in her place, her friend added. Intrigued, I stepped out, ready to defuse the situation. To my surprise, it was Sharon, whom Jack was marrying tomorrow. Jake had shown me her photo and praised her for her kindness. I texted Jake and approached Sharon to introduce myself and clear the air, but before I could speak, she slapped me hard, her diamond-studded nails slicing my cheek, leaving a trace of blood. So, you're the one seducing my fiancé? She sneered. Stunned, I tried to explain. You're mistaken. I'm not who you think. But Sharon wasn't listening. She grabbed my hair and threw me to the ground, smashing my head into a glass case. Pain shot through me as blood blurred my vision. Sharon's friends egged her on. Teach this mistress a lesson. They kicked and punched me as I tried to shield myself. My phone was ripped from my hand and smashed. Sharon held the shattered remains up to the crowd. Look at this. See how she saved my husband as dear old baby. As she scrolled through, her anger grew. She smashed my phone to the ground. You're all beat up and still denying it. Let's tear her face up. See if she can seduce anyone then. Punches and kicks rained down on me like hail. Defenseless, I clutched the jade pendant my mother left me, enduring the onslaught. Sharon smirked. Kneel, knock your head on the floor 10 times, strip, and wear this banner declaring you're a mistress, and maybe I'll let you go. I realized then that this woman was nothing like the gentle, caring person Jake had described. Jake had clearly been duped. Through the pain, I whispered, you, Harpy, I won't let you marry my dad. Sharon's entourage paused, unsure of what they had heard. You still have the nerve to insult me? Sharon raged, raising her hand to strike again. As blood spilled from my mouth, some faces in the crowd softened, reflecting pity. Please, I gasped. Someone call the police. I'm not the other woman. I just flew in for my dad's wedding. I am. Sharon cut me off, her sharp nails digging into my chin. See how she plays the victim? That's her game, seducing her way into bits. Don't be fooled. She's gonna bleed for disrespecting me. Ladies, trash this place, I croaked out. You wouldn't. Think I won't? Watch me. The women hesitated. Really? Destroy it. Jake's face twisted. It's all my husband's property. I'd rather smash it than murder. My husband's eighth on the richest list. We can afford to smash a little. I'll cover any trouble. Emboldened, the women started smashing. Display cases toppled, jewels scattered. They winked at each other, slipping gems into their pockets. Within minutes, the showcase was in ruins. My heart bled. I had painstakingly designed those pieces. Seeing an opening, I shoved Sharon aside. My mouth was bloody, but I couldn't hold back. Enough. Stop it, all of you. Sharon Harry, right? I'm Linda Evans, Jack Evans' daughter, the man you're marrying tomorrow. If Dad sees this, he won't let it slide. It took all my strength to say it. I thought revealing who I was would make them stop. They paused briefly, then laughed. Told you. She's an actress, deceiving us all. Sharon hoisted me up and slammed me against the display case. Pain shot through my spine. Yesterday, my fiancé told me his daughter was in France for a major jewelry contest. Couldn't make our wedding. Don't believe me. Call my dad. Sharon's fury only intensified. Impersonating my stepdaughter. You think you can play that role? First, you try now his daughter. You're gonna suffer. Ladies, finish her off. 2 women held my arms, forcing me on their display. Another 2 restrained my legs, leaving me exposed. I felt despair and vulnerability like for before. Sharon Harry, you lunatic. Sharon laughed. You finally said something accurate. Push me, and there's nothing I won't do. She circled me, relishing my helpless rage, then grabbed the pendant around my neck. I struggled. Don't touch it. Give it back. Sharon sneered. You've been clinging to this like it's your lifeline. It's just an old pendant, right? All those jewels broke, and you didn't flinch, but this trinket has you worked up. She tapped the pendant against the glass. Fear surged through me. This pendant was my mom's last gift, something precious I couldn't let Sharon destroy. I pleaded, this is all I have left from my mom. Please, return it, and I won't pursue today's events. Sharon smirked. You want it back? Sure, but first, kneel and give me 10 good bows as an apology. Now you can watch the second part by pressing shift. 2 women shoved me to my knees. Look at this little hellcat puffing up, one taunted. She had it coming. Who does she think she is? Trying to seduce Sharon's man. A guy old enough to be her father. Another chimed in. Gonna kneel or not? I'll pop those eyes right out. I couldn't move. Sharon, don't you think it's the line? I shot back. You've got 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8. Fury and pain filled my eyes. 5, 4, 3. Sharon raised her hand, ready to throw. Big talk about family and loyalty. Seems you don't care much for your mom's memento. 2, 1. The last thread of my resistance snapped. No, please don't destroy it. I'll kneel. Sharon lowered her hand, pleased. I slammed my forehead to the ground. Each impact crushed my dignity. Lifting my head after the 10th bow, my vision blurred with tears and blood. I reached out, begging, can I have the pendant back now, please? Sharon dangled the pendant just out of my reach, taunting me with a cruel laugh. Wow, are all mistresses this dense? She sneered. You care so much about this little trinket, I just have to destroy it. With a twisted grin, she lifted her arm and smashed it down. The pendant shattered before my eyes. With it, my heart. I trembled, my fingers scraping against the tile, the sound echoing in the room. Consumed by a wave of hatred, I lost all sense of control and lunged at Sharon like a wild animal. I grabbed her hair, biting into her skin, unleashing every ounce of rage burning inside me. The neat row of scars on the back of her neck jolted me, pain piercing through like a knife. Tears mixed with blood as fragmented memories flashed through my mind. Sharon Harry, I'll kill you, I screamed, attacking anyone who tried to pull me away. Ah, my arm, one cried. My back, let go you psycho. Another shrieked. My hair you demon, give me back my hair, someone else yelled. My mouth tasted of blood, unsure whose flesh was between my teeth. My blood-smeared face was like something out of a horror show. Spectators scattered in fear as the security guards finally arrived, slow to react. Sharon pointed at them furious. I'm Jack Evans' wife. Who dares mess with me? This whole mall is my territory. Am I not allowed to discipline a shameless homewrecker in my own house? The guards hesitated, unsure of what to do, and Sharon's gang took that as a green light to continue their assault. They pinned me down harder, their grip unyielding. Sharon, nursing her bitten arm, kicked me savagely. Since you're so tough, let's see how you like being stripped and paraded. I fought with everything I had, ready to drag them down with me, even if it meant death. They couldn't believe how difficult I was to control. As I nearly broke free, they panicked. We can't hold her. Is she insane? They gasped. Then break her arm, Sharon ordered, twisting my left arm. Clack. She snapped my arm like it was nothing. A scream tore through me as I collapsed. That'll calm you down, you wild thing, Sharon hissed. Now strip her. I stopped struggling, staring numbly at the ceiling. In my heart, I vowed that if they didn't kill me today, I'd make them pay for the rest of their lives. Not one would be spared. Just as they were about to strip me bare, a powerful voice cut through the chaos. Stop. Now you can watch the third part by pressing.
My wife wanted our daughter to date jock types and had a meltdown because our daughter dyed her hair, so I confronted her, and I was dumbfounded when she told me why. In high school, my wife's a popular girl stereotype. Pink, blonde chunky highlights in her brown hair. This was the mid-late 2000s. She was on the cheerleading team, had many friends and boyfriends, and was well known and liked. She was basically the living embodiment of the picture-perfect girl from those cheesy 2000s high school movies. And then she got pregnant. When she was 15, she had her daughter. She doesn't know who the father is or if there are any potential fathers for the girl up and left way back when. Her daughter's recently 16. I never wanted kids. I found them annoying. But I fell in love with my wife and got married when she was 20 and I was 23 after dating for 2 years. We hit it off, and I married her and decided to suck it up around the kid. I never planned to absolutely love being a dad to her specifically. Kids still annoy me. But my daughter, stepdaughter technically, was different. She was quiet and nerdy even at a young age. I married her mother when she was 5, and we clicked immediately. We went on daddy-daughter dates every weekend. I played dolls with her, let her paint my nails and do makeup on me. I drove her to and from school in my cop car. We even did daddy-daughter duo costumes for Halloween. Over the past 2 years, she's developed a darker dress style. I don't know what the proper subculture of her outfits is, but according to her, she's dressing like a horror game protagonist and a Monster High character. Purple is the main color she incorporates into this specific aesthetic blend, as she calls it. I don't get it, but maybe that's because I'm a man in my 30s. I don't know. She likes ghosts, tarot cards, vampires, zombies, aliens, and creepy Victorian dolls. I don't get it, but also I don't care because if it makes her happy, so what? She's also an introvert and prefers to play games on her computer or read fantasy occult novels rather than hang out with other teens her age. She has friends, so I'm not too worried about her being completely withdrawn. I'm glad I don't have to drive her around since she only has a learner's permit. My wife hates this. She has always wanted a girly girl, with pinks and pastels and flowers and all that. She wants our daughter to get a boyfriend, be more social, and be a cheerleader like she was, which, in itself, is valid. I get it. I'm sure most parents have preferences for what they want their kid to turn out like, and some disappointment when they stray from that fantasy is valid. Some. My wife will constantly take and hide my daughter's darker room decor. She constantly gets pastel dresses for our daughter, tells her to wipe off her dark eye makeup, tries to set her up on dates with jock types from my daughter's school, and convinces her to sign up for both school and summer activities like cheerleading or volleyball. I could have put up with all of that. I really could have. But a few weeks ago, I woke up to my wife finally hitting her breaking point. I woke up in the middle of the night to my wife screaming and having what I can confidently describe as a borderline meltdown. She was crying and saying all she ever wanted was a normal daughter who likes pink, is a cheerleader, has a boyfriend, and will give her grandkids. I had to drag her out of the hallway after 30 minutes of this. I kept thinking it would stop, but it kept going on and on. My daughter was just staring at this whole thing in the doorway of her room. What caused this meltdown for my wife? My daughter dyed purple over the blonde streak/highlight my wife had forced her to get in her hair, which wasn't even breaking a house rule, as my wife and I have both told her she can do whatever she wants with her hair as long as she doesn't stain too many towels. It's been weeks, and my daughter won't talk to her mom. My wife is still up with her antics, but now it's overdrive. Every day she brings home some trendy clothing in pink or pastels and tries to give it to my daughter. My daughter is getting fed up and stays in the room all day, and has confessed to me she can't wait for school to start back up in a few weeks so she can get out of the house and be with her friends again. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't want to side with anyone in this situation. I understand my wife wants a daughter who she can relate, and my daughter wants a mom who understands her. I don't know what I can or should do. I need help. I need advice. Now you can watch the second part by pressing.
I'm tired, man. Oh, we're cooked. We're so cooked. I'm We're so done. I really need to increase my stealth. Cause holy I think I did pretty good. But I'm so fed up. What was that hitbox? Yeah.
Her parents don't speak much to her, and all of her friends so she could have a family again. She said she never will, but it's too soon to tell. My daughter issues, but now her therapist is trying to focus on the meltdown situation with her. My daughter actually seems relatively unaffected by this whole situation other than a little annoyed, so I don't know if that's good or not. I took my daughter to Hot Topic for some back-to-school accessories to eat, just the two of us. She's still excited to go back to school, but she misses her friends.
What?
My wife and daughter have started talking normally again. They had a long talk, which I was prepping for. Pushing an extreme with her wishes to this talk and seems to be back to her normal self. I am keeping an eye on both of them to be sure. My wife is doing her best to understand my daughter's interests. Last I knew, the two were watching some slasher TV show on Hulu as a way to bond, and it appeared to be working. There isn't any bad blood. I know things are soon, and that things can change, but so far everything appears to be smoothing over pretty well. Now you can watch the third part by pressing share and more. Update: 2 nights after I posted, my wife wanted an update.
My boyfriend cheated on me with a cheerleader on my bed on the night of my birthday. I rushed out to a bar, bumping into the hottest guy I have never seen. After a passionate night, I suddenly found out he was not only the uni hockey team's cap. I found out he was not only my ex's hockey captain, but also an alpha wolf. It was the night of my coming of age party. I was most of all excited for one thing. Tonight, Justin would finally think that he was my boyfriend. Justin and I had been seeing each other for a couple of months now, but we had kept things under wraps so far. Frankly, I would have preferred to make our relationship public right away, but he insisted that we wait until the right time. I want to save announcing our relationship for a special night. Baby, he had told me. I had been asking when he would make our relationship public for a while, but maybe he was right. It was best to wait until a special time. That meant that he really loved me, right? As I which I wore under my outfit now, because I was certain that we would finally have sex for the first time. Use my V card. Aside from the lingerie, which was a red set that I picked out at the mall a couple days before the party, I was wearing a short, tight skirt that showed off my thighs, a pink crop top, and heels. I wore red lipstick and black eyeliner, too. I felt a bit awkward wearing an outfit like this, as I usually dressed in jeans and hoodies, but my roommates, Jessica and Lori, insisted that I dress up for the party. The only thing that I kept the same about myself tonight was my hair, which was black with bangs and 2 long braids. I always wore my hair like this, and never liked it any other way. Some people said it was childish, but I thought it was cute and practical. You look so hot, Nina, Jessica said as I came out of the room. The guys are gonna be all over you. I didn't say anything about Justin. Even my own roommates didn't know about our relationship. Lori looked at her phone and took another swig of her beer. Everyone should be here any minute, she said in her low, sultry voice. Just then, the door burst open with the first guests arriving. Flooded in carrying cases of beers, and whooping and hollering, excited for the party. With a grin, Jessica cranked up the music, and started greeting people while I stood awkwardly in the middle of the room. Lori walked over to the couch and sat down, scrolling on her phone. She really only ever came to parties for food and drink. Soon enough, the suite was full of people. The LED lights flashed red, green, and blue, while the music played loudly, and the guests started getting excited and playing games. The main attraction seemed to be the bar table, where the boys competed like their lives depended on it, but people also hung out around the seating area, played games, and talked on the balcony. A while into the party, Justin finally arrived. I got excited, but instead of coming over to me and greeting me, he simply made a beeline for the bar table and joined the game. During a lull in the game, I sent Justin a text. Well, are we gonna announce it? I watched from the corner as he pulled out his phone, read the text, then pocketed his phone again. He looked at me and slightly shrugged, then returned to his game as though he didn't even know me. Are you okay? Jessica said, coming over to me with an extra drink in her hand for me. I shrugged. I'm just not much of a partier, that's all, I said. You just need a little courage, that's all, she said, clinking her bottle with mine and taking a big swig. I looked down at my drink and frowned. Jessica was right, but the drink wasn't going to cut it, not with how Justin was treating me tonight. How about something more exciting? I said. Jessica's eyes lit up, and she turned around to face the group, cupping her hands around her mouth to shout. Hey everyone, she shouted. The birthday girl wants shots. By my 7th shot, however, I started to feel woozy, and felt like I was going to throw up. I stumbled down the hall to the bathroom, and made it to the toilet just in time. When I was done throwing up, I stood up and made my way over to the sink, where I splashed some cold water on my face, and took some deep breaths to sober myself up. I looked at my smudged makeup and my messy hair in the mirror, trying not to cry as I thought about Justin. Why was he treating me like this? Just a few days ago, hockey arena.
That was. I did. You just.
What the
you and
fuck?
mommy
found. Hey, have you seen Justin? I asked a guest. She just shrugged her shoulders and pointed toward my bedroom. Maybe he just went inside to be alone for a minute, which would give us some time to talk. I made my way over to my room, weaving drunkenly through the crowd. When I opened the door, however, I wished that I had just stayed away.
Now you can watch the second part by pressing share and more.
My boyfriend cheated on me with a cheerleader on my bed on the night of my birthday. I rushed out to a bar, bumping into the hottest guy I have never seen. After a passionate night, I suddenly found out he was not only the uni hockey team's cap. I found out he was not only my ex's hockey captain, but also Lisa, our university's cheerleader. We were tangled together in my bed, Justin's pants pulled down, and Lisa's clothes on the floor, as they humped each other like wild bunnies. What is happening? I screamed. The party went silent, aside from the music, which someone quickly shut off. Justin and Lisa sat up in my bed. Justin looked even more drunk and high than before, but immediately jumped up when he saw me and yanked his pants up. Nina, it's not what it looks like, he said, stumbling toward me while Lisa simply stood up with a smirk, smoothing down her skirt. She strutted out of the room and bumped me with her shoulder on the way out, as I continued to stare at Justin in shock and disbelief. Justin stammered as he tried to explain himself. I'm so sorry, Justin, I interrupted, my voice shaking. We are done. Without another word, I turned away and stormed out of the suite with Jessica and Lori calling after me. I walked out of the dorms into the cool spring air, turning this way and that for a bit before deciding to make my way toward town. I walked for a while, fuming the entire time and muttering to myself until I finally made it to a local bar. I nodded gratefully as the bartender poured me a glass, and I sipped it miserably while he disappeared into the kitchen. I pulled my phone out of my pocket to see that I had several missed calls and "where are you?" texts from Jessica and Lori, but I ignored them and tossed my phone down on the bar, taking a big swig and cursing to myself. Yeah, I hate my phone, too, a male voice said from beside me. I looked over to see a guy pulling up a bar stool, a couple of seats down. He was wearing a red flannel shirt and a sharp jawline. He was muscular, too. I hate everything right now, I said, swirling my drink around in my glass with my straw. How come? The boy looked at me, and just then, I came to a shocking realization. This was Enzo, Justin's hockey captain, the star of the school, every girl's dream boy, and he was sitting next to me, in this quiet dive bar, talking to me. Yeah, I hate my phone, too, a male voice said from beside me. I looked over to see a guy. He was wearing a red flannel shirt and had curly brown hair. Realization. This was Enzo, Justin's hockey captain, the star of the school, every girl's dream.
Oh my god, that's it. I'm done.
Bar, talking to me. Now you can watch the third